Welcome back to Geekshow Arcade.
Hey!
Hey, it's
This
the game show!
So much news today, all about Valve. I'm going to be talking about all of it. Not Tony.
The Valve Cube!
Very excited.
We've all
I'm so stoked.
We've been doing lines of cocaine. We're super high energy. Just me? Okay.
Just you.
I've been
Good.
doing coke. It's great.
Okay. It's going to be a high energy game show today.
Let's go!
Coming at you.
Yep. Lots of good stuff to talk about today. I think we have more news in arcade this week than we did in Help Desk. So,
which is rare.
Which is
Very
weird.
rare.
Which is very rare.
That's
It only
rare.
happens it only comes once a year. But this year it came twice a year. Let us begin with introduction of the panelists.
Gabe Newell really is like Santa Claus.
He
I
is.
just had a dirty
But
joke
instead
in my
of
head,
fl-
and I'm going to keep it to myself.
But instead of flying reindeer, he has super yachts.
Santa
Super
Gabe
yachts
and his super yachts.
and hardware.
Yep.
I want a super yacht.
Let's introduce our panelists. We got Owen in the top right there.
Hey, just hanging out.
Owen
Purple
likes the
shirt.
top.
Purple shirt today, Jarron.
I like your purple shirt.
Are you sure that's not gray?
Yeah. 100%.
I'm going to go
It's
purple.
purple. It's
Yeah.
purple.
It is the grayest purple I've seen.
That's because I'm too poor to have bright purple. This has been washed 5,000 times.
Purple's a royal color, Jarron. You should know that.
This is a faded purple.
Although
That's the gray
you are
you're
wearing
seeing.
a denim shirt, Jarron. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It feels like
He's a-
1977.
That's
90s.
what's up with it.
He's rocking his Canadian tuxedo. He's Jarron.
Hey, I'm Jarron. You can find me on Blue Sky at Jaronius, or you could call me Gentleman if you want.
Call you what?
Gentleman.
What happened
I
to your
don't
hair?
want to call you that.
Hey, Gentleman.
No.
Hey, lady.
Hey, lady, what happened to your hair?
I'm a gentleman.
Oh, right.
I don't like it.
I just
You
figured
adjusted
you
it.
got a pixie cut. Hey, lady.
It's all the
pixie
rage.
cuts are-
It's all the rage now.
Yeah, I got a pixie cut. Looks good, don't it?
All right. And we got the Lando over here.
Hey, it's Lando. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm excited. Game stuff's happening. I have thoughts. I might actually talk this episode. I'm Lando.
About time.
Guess what, Jarron? Hey, good Jarron. Can you guess what? I want you to guess something. Guess what?
We have a host.
We have a host. His name's
Good
Tony.
Gravy. Yep,
Remember that Coke
that's
we talked about
me.
earlier?
Yeah.
Sorry about
me
your
out
ear holes,
on,
dear listener.
It's going straight to your vocal cords.
Check me out on the Facebooks, The Geek Show Fit, where we post about exercising and feeling good. And then on other Geek Show podcasts, occasionally on Blue Sky at Quad T. All right, before we go any further, do we have any emails?
Yeah, we do.
Boy, howdy.
We got an email from Argo Spartan. He says, okay, my top 5 would be the following, talking about best feeling weapons in FPS games.
Yes.
Number 1, Halo CE pistol. Same
Yep.
reasons you all mentioned in the last episode. Lots of fun to pick grunts off across the map and one-shot hunters in the back.
So much.
Number 2, gravity gun. This was such a fun time back in the day when playing through Half-Life 2. That is a good gun. I like the
That's
gravity gun.
fantastic. When you get to the point in Half-Life 2 and you get the gravity gun, you start to really learn how great the physics were in that game at the time. It was
They're still
game-changing.
great today because no one
They're-
iterated on them since then.
That's true. They're still pretty great. And then when you get to the end and you get the powered up gravity gun, it's like, where was this the whole game? I wanted
That lasts
this.
like 2 seconds. Though.
I know, it doesn't last long enough.
Number 3, BFG from original Doom was great. It was
Agreed.
too OP in
It
my
was-
opinion.
It wasn't as fun as the super shotgun, but it was great.
Yeah, it was too great. Number 4, Halo 2/3 Needler and Energy Sword. Getting the needle combination explosions was always a fun time for me when playing. Then followed by getting access to the Energy Sword. Time to slice and dice. Lol.
Yeah.
Number 5, Gjallarhorn. How do you say that?
Gjallarhorn
Gjallarhorn.
from Destiny.
Gjallarhorn from Destiny was a great rocket launcher for taking down the big boys. Loved me some Wolfpack rounds. Thanks for letting me listen, and go Dodgers.
Oh, boo.
Wah, wah.
Was it Argo Spartan offered to take me to a game if I ever came to LA? I can't remember if that was him or not. I think it was. If that's
All right.
the case, yay!
Go Dodgers.
One more email from Interrupting Cow. This one's a bit of a rant. So,
Summarize the rant for us.
Here we go. No, I'm not going to summarize. I'm going to read
Jarron is
it.
not capable of
Good
that
day
level
and
of
salutations,
summarize.
Arcadians. How am I supposed to read this and summarize at the same time, Tony? Riddle
Should
me
have
this.
read it beforehand.
I did.
That's what it means.
What kind of memory would be able to process that amount of information at one time? Huh?
ChatGPT.
Several.
Owen?
Good day and salutations, Arcadians. After last week's show, I wanted to express my dissatisfaction once again about the state of gaming. I think we can all agree that this is not a new problem, but as time goes on, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Listening to Tony's review of Borderlands, I would be lying if I said I wasn't enraged about it. Not because he enjoyed the game, or how long it took him to beat, but that it was released in a nearly unplayable state. And I'm shocked you gave it that high, Tony, because of this. You have
I
deemed
told you.
other games
It's
so
true.
hard because of this very reason.
I gave it 2 ratings. I gave it a Tony rating and a regular rating. Just like you gave Elden Ring way too high of a rating.
That is not a Tony thing to do. You don't
Or
do that
Lord
very
of the
often.
Rings, right? Yeah.
At least I'm consistent, Tony. You're not. That's what
You
I'm
are
trying
out
to
of
say.
character, my
Yeah.
dude.
Consistency is overrated.
It is infuriating to me that a company like Gearbox and 2K can release a barely playable beta version of one of their tentpole series for full price, and many people cannot even play the thing. Your fans have been waiting 6 years for a new game, and then you give them a pile of dog doo-doo. Oh, thanks for censoring it for me. That took nearly 2 months after release before it could run well enough to beat. How poorly you must think of your fans. We know Randy Pitchford's a tool, but wouldn't 2K have some type of QA group that would stop this kind of travesty? I will admit that I have such a poor opinion of Randy Pitchford that I am probably harder on Borderlands than I should be. This is just the latest in a long line of broken games where execs say, just release it, we'll patch it later. It's a bad habit of gamers I put up for too long. I know I've been complaining about this since the 90s. For the last 10 years, it has been worse. Was this a problem in the 90s?
Well, the problem, it was worse in the 90s because when a bad game came out in the 90s, that was it. You just had a
There
bad game
weren't
forever.
that many, as far as I know.
Couldn't patch it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Maybe
it
if they
also
just-
forced developers to put more time into it, so because they couldn't
Yeah.
patch it after.
True.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Maybe if they just released it in early access. At least with early access, you know what you're getting yourself into. Just respect your customers. Sure, gamers would whine if you delayed again. But do you lose more goodwill by releasing a broken game or delaying it? Get off my
Right.
lawn.
Right.
Interrupting cow.
Like, isn't Star Citizen still in early access or in beta? Like,
Star
You know?
Citizen's in alpha. Still.
yeah. See, they knew what they were doing.
been
They're
in
like, look,
alpha
you come
for
here, you get to
10
come in here,
years.
you get to come in here and play. You don't get to complain about a dang thing because it's in alpha.
Yep.
So you get what you get. Same with
And you don't fit.
What about the Xbox streaming? Remember that? It's like in beta, and it's just been in beta forever. And they're like, so don't complain about it. It's in beta.
Okay, so it was Star Citizen was announced 13 years ago, has been officially in alpha since 2017, with the first major public version of the persistent universe launching in 2015. So yeah, they are definitely taking their sweet time and very very clear about what the state is of the game. So what did I give Borderlands 4 last week? Didn't I give
Like
it
a 9?
Did I
or
give it a
something.
9? No, I think I gave it a. It was
You
an
gave
8.
it a 9, and
a
everyone
9.
else's score was an 8.
Yeah. Tony's score was a 9, and the
Inconsistent.
what did I give Elden
Because
Ring?
there was other games. I don't remember the game it was, but there was another game. Maybe it was Hogwarts or something. That came out in like a really bad state, and Tony's like, unplayable. I hate this game. And even after
actually,
it got into
no,
a
that
good
was
state,
me.
you're like,
I
no,
gave it-
because it was
that
a
was
bad
Jarron.
state, it gets a
6.
lower score.
Yeah, I gave it like
I'm-
a 6 or something like that.
This is the same problem we had with Elden Ring and Jarron. Same exact thing. He gave Elden
Jarron
Ring
was
a 9.
consistent.
No, he wasn't. He gave Elden Ring a 9, and it was a technical pile of trash.
No, you're wrong.
I am
I gave
not
it.
wrong.
I gave it a 10, Tony. You're
Run the
wrong.
Oh,
tape.
sorry. You gave it a 10.
And he docked a point because of the bad state, Tony.
No,
So he
it
would
was
have given it
not
11.
worse than Borderlands. It did not crash you out of the game for weeks when I played it.
It never crashed me out for
All
weeks.
it had was
Only for
shader
a
stutter.
few
That's all it had.
seconds.
Plus,
I
it
stand-
actually ran decent on hardware. Like, you can run Elden Ring on a Steam Deck.
Yeah, because Valve went through and customized stuff for
They did shader optimization. That's all they did.
bullcrap.
Shader delivery.
They did more than that. You go
Okay,
watch.
now you're high and drunk.
I stand by my thing. If you're a big fan of
Tony
Borderlands,
can't be wrong.
No.
You can't be ever be
Tony's
wrong.
never wrong.
Nope.
He's always
Just
right,
saying.
Jared.
He's always right.
guess what? I am on opinions
The
that are
customer is
my
always
own.
right, and so is Tony.
All hail the mighty Tony.
Reviews are opinions, so I'm going to stand by my opinion.
Inconsistent opinion.
Whatever.
It's fine. At least you admit it. That's all we want.
Yeah, that's all we want, Tony.
Whatever you
And like
say,
I said-
helps you sleep at
You have your
night.
Borderland
Like I-
goggles on. You have your
like I
Randy
said-
Pitchford.
Dude,
I was
and
gonna say something mean.
Like I said,
Goggles on.
consistency's overrated anyway. Nobody really wants that
Oh,
anymore.
sticking with that.
Yeah, nobody wants consistency. What a boring life.
All right. Well, is that it for emails?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Just want you to admit when you're wrong, but you never do.
He's never wrong. He's always right, Jarron.
Peter-
Come on,
it's
give it
like-
the program.
You're right.
Like
You're right.
Like Peter Griffin, he doesn't have to.
I don't have to. Okay, let us move on to some more ranting. We had an email last week. Decided to say that Linux gaming is in a good enough place that people should be able to just get on and use it.
Did you do the thing, Tony?
Oh, I did the thing.
Let's go!
And let me tell you,
How long? No, hold on. Stop. I just have one question. How long did you do it for?
how
'Cause
long
if it wasn't
did-
longer than a week, I don't think it's valid.
No, it is valid. Let me tell you why it's valid.
Because
Because
Tony's
it
always right.
sucks.
That's why.
That's right. Because I tried to Linux game for over 3 hours, and guess how much actual gaming I got to do?
15 minutes.
10.
Why? Tony,
Because
tell us.
Linux is not ready for prime time when it comes to gaming. It's as simple as that. You know, if you want to game on Linux, you have to really want to game on Linux.
Details, please.
It has to be something that you are
Was
willing
it one
to make.
game or all games?
I tried 3 games.
Which 3?
I'll get to that. So I spent 2+ hours trying to install Linux. After research, mind you, I looked up what's the best Linux gaming distro, et cetera, et cetera.
which one did you go with?
Pop OS
Pop OS.
consistently
Okay.
comes up as one of the best. And I also tried another one called Nobara.
Nobara?
Nobara, I think that's it. And first things first, understand that if you're gonna Linux game, you have to disable smart or secure boot on your BIOS. Will not
Just-
load with secure boot on. So if you're thinking
Even
about,
after you install it, like,
even
or you
even
did you run it
after
from a
you
live?
install it, I tried that. I was like, I guess I'll just turn this on Jarron's recommendation. Just turn on secure boot after. It'll be fine. And you know what that did? Completely destroyed the install of Linux, and I had to nuke it and start over.
Sorry you didn't
So
research.
you actually partitioned the drives,
I-
gave it a separate one, and
Uh-huh.
because secure boot
I
usually has
wasn't
to
even
do with the
partitioned.
booting.
I gave it a fresh drive, all fresh drive.
Oh, just
Yeah.
its own. You gave it its own thing.
I took
Here's the
a USB-C enclosure and an NVMe drive, hooked it up to the laptop, loaded a fresh install on it, and
So it's still coming through USB then.
USB-C. It's
Tony,
like,
Yeah.
I just Googled how
that's-
to enable secure boot in
That's
Nobara,
right.
and like literally the first thing that came up is a nice tutorial on how to do it.
yeah, well, when I just take I take my cousin's advice at his word and say
I
it's
just said
fine.
you could do it. That's I didn't
Yep.
say how.
Let me Google
So
that
I did
for
it.
you, Tony.
So I did it.
Okay, I get it. It's still because it's coming through the USB.
Here's the thing. I'm
channel. It's still
approaching-
going to get hit by secure boot no matter what.
Yeah, no
if you
matter
wanted to, if you wanted to avoid that, you have to run it natively connected to a drive on your board. Then it
Even then,
wouldn't
you
do
still
that.
have to have secure boot
No.
disabled.
No way,
100%.
dude. I am running Linux right now on 2 machines that are secure boot enabled.
Owen wins.
Did you
Owen
do it?
wins!
Owen wins.
Well, hang
Owen
on.
wins.
No, I didn't turn it off. I had to turn it off. I had to turn it off to install Ubuntu because it didn't want to boot from the USB drive because it was like, hey,
That's
this
what I
is
just
not a-
said. Did you have to turn it off
But
to
the-
install it? You said yes.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
You
but
had
then
to
you
turn
can
it
turn
off
it back
to-
on
But then
And I
it
turned
just
it back
but then-
on, and it.
because you were on USB-C drive. Says Owen.
Pet
Yeah,
cack.
external boot still hit with secure boot.
ID
no matter
10T
what.
Air. Maybe.
But it's a
Pet
good,
cack.
and that
We'll
will
see.
also make your gaming sad, even though it's across a USB 3 channel.
It's got like 40 gigabit per second connection.
I'm
It's,
with Owen.
it's
When you-
PCI.
When you said you went USB 3 to a laptop
Okay.
enclosure, I'm like,
All right.
that sniffs funny. Like, that doesn't feel like a real.
I'm not saying no. I would have done it. I would have done it that
know
way
what?
too for the same test.
Wait. You
You know
did this
what?
from a USB drive the entire time?
Yeah.
But it's USB-C,
Exactly.
40
You guys-
gigabits. It's like
you
that's
guys
I'm
gonna
glad
let me
Jarron's
insane.
on my
finish?
team.
You guys gonna let
Go
me
ahead.
finish?
Go ahead, Tony.
No,
I'm
because-
interested.
You gonna
Okay,
let me
this is
finish?
not on me at all.
You gonna let me finish?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but which one?
So I decided, you know what? Maybe this isn't the best idea to try it over USB-C.
So here we go. Yep.
And I
Good.
loaded it on my desktop on a SATA
Good.
connected drive. And guess what? It loaded. And I was in. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Oh. NVIDIA drivers. Okay, so where's the NVIDIA driver? Oh, looks like they do have the NVIDIA drivers automatically installed because I chose the right version of Pop OS.
Nice.
And so I go to the NVIDIA control panel. Where is all my controls? There's no controls.
No control panel in
There
to
is
like
a-
boost or change anything.
There's a flat pack that it installs. I think it's called a flat pack. I don't know.
Yeah.
That has a few NVIDIA controls. You can turn on G-Sync, and you can like adjust your resolution and stuff like that. That's about it.
What more would you need?
There's so much more. There's so much more in there in the Windows version. So okay, all right. Let's load up Steam. Let's load up Heroic.
Well, you don't need So what else do you need though? What were you lacking?
Everything that's available in the global settings in the Windows app.
Like what
You're
specifically?
not answering the question.
Yeah,
You're
because
avoiding the
like you
question.
don't need to
wanted to
enable
limit-
VSync because VSync's through GameScope.
I wanted to limit my frame rate so that G-Sync is operating correctly.
You can
Can't
do
do
that
that.
through GameScope.
Yep.
What is GameScope?
That is the
Jared knows everything.
it's the it's
the
the
option
thing
of the
that
game.
that displays the frame rate on like Steam Deck on Steam OS.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it
that's
on-
where you can also limit the frame rate. That's
Is it on
that's
Pop
the
OS?
global control that Steam uses for that. Well, if you're still gaming through Steam, you're still using all
Lando.
the same
Man,
tools.
he's gonna kick you out.
So
Lando.
yeah,
But the point is,
poking.
I'm coming at this from a perspective of it should be easy if you're familiar with gaming on Windows. And guess what? So far, it has not been easy.
It was not simple.
So I updated everything. I downloaded a few games. First of all, Steam in at least this Linux distro will not recognize other drives.
Like
You get your main
others-
drive, and that is it. I tried to
Yeah.
add other drives many times.
Like where
and
your other game? Oh, because they're in
where my game libraries are.
Because they're in
are they
NTFS.
BitLockered?
No,
No, that was another
They're
thing.
the
I had
Windows
to-
version of the game. They don't like
But-
they're the same
but
version.
No,
it's
you're
also-
wrong, Lando. It's the same version of the game. It uses
But it's
Wine or
the-
Proton as a translation layer.
Right.
Owen's
but it
right. It's
can't-
probably NTFS. You
if
probably
it-
need to install.
XFAT. It probably
yeah.
did XFAT for Linux, which Windows can read XFAT, but Linux cannot read NTFS.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Typically.
Yeah, that's
But the
probably
whole
what it is.
point of this is not user friendly to your
I
average.
Yeah,
feel
but
like
no.
Every-
This
no,
is not
no.
Tony friendly. That's two different things.
You're
No.
trying to dual boot. If you went it from if you went from it completely raw,
Well,
you wouldn't
so
have that problem.
What I decided to do was just download the game straight to that drive,
Yeah.
which I did.
As you should.
Downloaded Resident Evil 4, Borderlands 4, Sulaco, and I was in the process of using Heroic to download Cyberpunk, the Resident Evil 2, GOG, like not remaster, but kind of thing that they did where they update it for modern OSs, etc. And so Sulaco booted on the second try, I think. I attempted Borderlands 3 times, never
it was a
booted.
No go.
Never booted. In fact, it hard locked the system, and I had to hard reset.
You know, to be fair, it does that on Windows too.
Not this bad, but yes, I threw
You said
worse.
the exact same thing just a couple weeks ago.
Before the first patch, it did. Yes, but I threw Borderlands 4 at it on purpose because it's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Right. And then Resident Evil 4 also didn't boot the first time. I had to reboot it. I got back in. It downloaded another patch, I guess, after it downloaded and installed the game once already. And then it did the Vulkan shader compilation, which took 20 minutes and let me in the game. Get into the game, load it up. First thing I notice, massive stuttering. Absolutely crazy stuttering all over the place. And then I go into the game settings. None of the ray tracing works. No option for ray tracing. It's all grayed out.
Oof. Can't even. Doesn't even let. So that means it definitely doesn't have the.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't work, right? Like it. That's the thing with all of this. Like, if you want to Linux game, you can.
Define Linux gaming, though. That's the thing. Like, is it going to be these big AAA games that need all the art, like that you want ray tracing, or is it smaller stuff?
That's
right.
What I want to play. Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I treated it as though I would treat a fresh install of Windows, and it failed on almost every test. That's all there is to it. Now, if you were to load it up fresh on its own hardware, its own dedicated hardware, you'd probably have at least a better experience getting up and running. But you would still not have ray tracing. You would still not have all the tweakable DLS injection driver settings, all of that kind of stuff. You're not going to have any of that. You would still run into new games having big time issues with just loading. So, like, yeah, if you want to play older games on an AMD system, you're probably fine on Linux. Go ahead. You're going to have to get used to troubleshooting. Guarantee you that. You're going to have to get used to, you're going to have to learn how to Google problems. Now, Pop! OS, I'll give them credit. They had a lot of documentation. So I'll give them credit on that, on how to do stuff. But just in general, for ease of use, it's just not there right now. Lando, question.
So I have a question. So my understanding is that the Steam Deck runs Linux. What makes that different from what you were doing, and why is that a better experience, right?
Because
most people who play Linux or Steam OS just have a great experience.
Valve has put a buttload of effort into smoothing the rough edges of Linux with SteamOS. And not only that, they also control hardware to software just like Apple does.
Perfect. Love that.
They have the entire thing from A to Z.
So
it works great on Steam Deck.
That makes sense. So it'll have the same experience on my Steam Cube, too.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's going to run great. I have
everything I'm reading says ray tracing works on Linux. What version of Proton were you using?
Experimental, the latest. I had it applied across the board on the Steam settings.
And Resident Evil 4 is rated gold on Proton DB. I'm thinking it's a PEPCAC error.
I think you're full of crap. Like, if it's a PEPCAC error, it's just because it's not intuitive and there's something I need to look up to change the settings on. And that's not what gaming is. You know, like, you don't sit down to play a game.
That's not what console gaming is. PC gaming, though?
It's more of that, but things that should just work, not working. I mean,
that's usually all my experience when it comes to freaking gaming on a computer.
And it's
all the time.
Take that and multiply it by 10 with Linux on modern games. Yeah. That's been my experience. So the email said do it for a month. No way, man. Not
I'll
a
do
chance.
it. I'll spin it up and do it. I don't know that I don't have a hardware enough to. I could probably throw together something with a 1070, but I don't have like a modern GPU or.
No, sacrifice your gaming PC like I did.
Sure not going to do that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because I want to actually game, Tony.
That's the point I'm making.
This is the same reason why I haven't switched the iPhone and done the iPhone Android thing, because I'm like, look, man, I want a phone I can use.
I'm thinking.
You want to get me.
I'm sitting here thinking, okay, it took 20 plus minutes to compile the shaders for Resident Evil 4. This thing ought to be smooth as butter. Not a single shader left to stutter on. No.
I think I would go with Nobara, because it's saying that's the pre-installed with NVIDIA and AMD drivers, multiple codecs,
really
game
good.
tools.
Who's the jagoff that recommended Pop?
Pop is the
Tony
second
recommendation.
Pop is the second choice because they have a specific, like Tony said, NVIDIA ISO, which is what he built.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It has all the same stuff. The only difference that I saw between Nobara and Pop! OS is Pop! OS doesn't have Steam already preloaded. You have to download
the Proton stuff you have to put in, I think.
Right. Which I did. I did that ahead of time.
Well, it says once Steam or Proton are installed, whereas Nobara says it comes already kind of built for that.
Mm-hmm.
Wine, Lutris, Steam, all out of the box.
Yeah. If I was going to do it again, I would try Nobara. The problem that I had with Nobara was it just didn't work well on the laptop. Even with it loaded and running, it just wasn't going well. And this nonsense you guys are telling me about, oh, you shouldn't run it off of a thumb drive, which isn't a thumb drive. It's a Gen 4 NVMe drive with a USB-C 40 gig interface. Linux is built to run off thumb drives anyway. Like, that's half the thing about Linux. Like, is you run it off your thumb drive.
It's built to do that for the small versions that are like for testing or for troubleshooting, but for the full experience, you want to install it bare metal to the machine to take advantage of everything.
I agree, but it shouldn't have run as badly as it did.
Would you run Windows the same way and expect the same performance if you ran Windows off that 40 gig external?
Yeah, Tony.
I would expect better than what I got out of this.
But still degraded performance, because that's what I would never run Windows that way.
Yeah,
I would definitely expect like weird secure boot type issues too.
Well, the error that it came up with was it said it needed a some sort of key generation that it was missing.
Oh, like an RSA.
I'm betting it's not an external drive thing, and it's you need to generate this key beforehand, and then put it in place when you enable secure boot.
Was that with Nobara? Because Nobara is based off of Fedora, which is a more secure platform. So I can see it having some jankier security requirements.
That's that's what I figured.
I tried to lead us into the Steam Cube already.
It was.
I want to get the Steam
Anyway,
I agree.
Didn't work.
Rant over.
You guys, if you guys go on Venmo and send me some money, I'll buy a gaming laptop and I will do.
You already
this
have a gaming
experiment.
laptop.
Yeah, but I don't want to
That's
wipe
true.
that one because I use it for my daily driver. I don't
Nobody
do game on
wants
it.
to-
Good gaming laptop.
See, you guys are here. You guys are here clowning me, and nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to do what I did.
You know,
and
here's
you're
the thing.
clowning me about it.
I would do it if I had a way to do it, but I do not have a way to do it.
I might do it over Thanksgiving break.
Do it. See what it's
I'll have
like.
time.
Report back. And like I
You know,
said,
that's not a bad idea. If I just take the drive out and throw another one in and keep my original, I can just swap right back in.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
Take it from the perspective of a Windows user trying to switch to Linux because they're sick of Windows, not someone who's like, I love Linux. I've been using it for 15 years, and now it's ready for gaming.
Again, too, in the mainstream idea, I would expect that this would come pre-installed on the laptop from the factory. So maybe the headache of that
Probably be better.
That technical skill level bar of the entry level would be gone.
You would
just
hope.
like the Steam Deck. You don't get the Steam Deck and have to install Linux on it when you get it. It's already done and ready to go.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
and you don't
User-friendly.
install Windows with the purpose of dual booting either. So like all those dual booting issues, I don't think should apply either.
Those don't count.
Well, there weren't really any dual booting issues. It was trying to access drives.
Right.
That
There were some technical
probably
issues
the wrong
that kind of-
You're probably right. It was probably the wrong format.
Yeah.
But Google or Linux recognizes NTSF, doesn't it? NTFS. I mean,
I think it
I don't
does.
think it does natively.
I think it does exFAT. Windows does that. I think no. Linux should be able to access NTFS,
yeah.
but I don't know if it will as a file. If it can as a boot system or as a.
It says right here, yes, Linux supports NTFS, allowing users to read from and write to NTFS file systems natively without
It's gotta
special
be
drivers
BitLocker.
in most modern distributions.
Do you have
So
BitLocker
that-
enabled?
No,
Could the OS see the drives and see the files?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. The OS saw it. I could mount the drive and get into it,
Oh,
but Steam would not add it to the accepted drive list to add games
see.
to the library, right? And I know this works because it worked on Bazite. When I dual booted Bazite and Windows on my ROG Ally X, I pulled over all the games I had installed on the SSD already, and they worked like a champ on
Seems like
Bazite. Worked just fine, no problems.
sounds like most of your headache was technical though. Maybe not the actual playing of but by then you're already so out of it. The like games crashing.
It's
you're just
30
like, whatever.
minutes in. Let's get moving.
Yeah.
Even
There's our
I'm
low
tired
energy
of making
Jarron
fun
we
of
love so
Tony
much.
now.
Jarron's lost his steam because I defended all my points.
We do have more Steam news, don't we?
We do have
I want to
Steam
talk about
news.
Steam. That's
Yes.
what I want to talk
Yes.
about.
We do have. Speaking of Steam,
Yes.
Steam Cube.
Steam announces 3 new pieces of hardware. We
This
have
came
the
out of
Steam,
nowhere. I mean,
Steam Frame.
they kind of were, there were leaks, but the timing of the announcement came out of nowhere.
There's 3 things.
This is one of the benefits you get from a company that's privately owned, is they can not show anything for a long time without having investors being like, "What are you guys doing next? What are you guys doing next?" And then they can just throw it all out there when they're ready. So it was 3 items. You got a new controller, a new little gaming PC, and a new virtual reality headset.
Oh, that's right.
I just want to point out the number of things that were announced.
There was 3.
3. And do you know what's coming out in a couple weeks? The Game Awards, where they show off big announcements of new games.
I know where you're going with this, and if you're right, I'd love it.
And do you know what would be ideal with the release of a new console from Valve?
What?
A game to go along with it.
Yes.
Valve Index came out. Half-Life Alyx was announced shortly thereafter. The Steam Deck came out. I can't remember what it's called. Aperture Desk Job came out for the Steam Deck. Steam Machine comes out. What's it going to be? Half-Life 3, guys. Booyah!
Jarron's
It's
calling it
happening.
right here.
You heard it here first.
I hope you're
Half-Life
right.
3 is coming out.
I would love some Half-Life 3, and I don't want it to be a VR game. I want it to be a regular, straightforward FPS.
I can play
I'd
from my
rather have a video game.
couch.
You know, they asked about that VR. Some people said, "Hey, is Half-Life Alyx coming out?" Guess what they said?
What did
They
they
said-
say, Owen?
They said
No.
They said
They definitively
No VR games in development.
Yep.
none. They said no.
So let's talk a little bit about the specs of the VR headset. Pancake Optics, which is the better lens setup than the other. I forget what Fresnel is. Fresnel the other one?
Fresnel, yeah.
Fresnel, yeah. Pancake is the better one. Resolution 2160 by 2160, both eyes. So you're gonna have high resolution screens in there. LCD though, not OLED. Now Jarron has strong feelings about this.
I do, and I don't. I researched this heavily. Why would they choose LCD over OLED at this point? Well, it has to do with the pancake lenses. Pancake lenses require more light, and OLED doesn't output as much light as LCD. And so, it's only 100 nits once you get the screen on or the headset on. Now, in a completely dark environment, 100 nits is great, especially when it's that close to your eye. But the kind of light output needed for these pancake lenses, OLED just doesn't provide. I think tandem OLED might be able to do that, but there's no tandem OLED displays for headsets at this point.
Nothing that's that small and that high resolution.
Yeah, and so everything I've heard about these screens, has really good motion clarity, and that is like one of the top 3 things you would want in a VR display. So you're basically trading motion clarity for OLED. Not that OLED motion clarity is bad, but this motion clarity sounds like it's going to be better, especially with the pancake lenses. So I accept it.
How come we can get these 3000 nit screens on phones that are OLED? That would be bright enough, wouldn't it?
I don't think it's sustained brightness, though. You need sustained brightness.
Interesting. All right. And surprisingly, I didn't see this coming at all. It's going to have its own SoC built into it, so you can play games on the headset without having to stream them from a PC.
It's a
That
Qualcomm
is so freaking dope.
Snapdragon 8 Gen 3.
Is that how the Meta does it too? The Quest does
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Quest
It
3
is.
and Quest
It is a
3S.
bit more powerful than the Quest 3, but it's not like a hugely performant chip like you would see in the Steam machine.
Yep. 16 gigs of RAM, FOV of 110 degrees. Inside-out tracking this time around, so you don't have to buy any of those base stations to view you from the outside to see where your hands and your controllers are.
So normies can actually use it.
Yep, that's what it's all about. Also, tracking-wise, eye tracking, which I think there's only 2 other headsets that do this, right? The PSVR 2 and Apple Vision.
Oh, I'm getting real close to just impulse buying this.
They do. I think some of the higher end headsets
Some
may
of the newer
also,
higher end ones. Okay, yeah.
because I seem to remember eye tracking with some of the headsets we saw at CES years ago.
I'll bet,
I don't remember.
the expensive Pimax ones have it.
Yeah, Pimax was what I was thinking of.
They have everything loaded in there. Okay, got new Steam controllers, Steam frame controller. Looks very similar to the Quest 3 controllers.
With a major difference though, like typically a VR controller only has like an A and B button as well as joysticks. These pretty much replicate a normal controller, just split apart for each hand. So there's A, B, X, Y on the right, as well as a D-pad and a full trackpads on both. So the idea here is you could actually play normal games on a big screen with the headset on, in addition to VR games. So the controllers are a bit different than what you would normally see. But going back to the eye tracking, though, what makes that important is it enables foveated rendering as well as foveated streaming. And what that means is it's only rendering or streaming the most important bits to where you're actually looking at, and everything around you is a little bit more blurry, not as much bit rate, but that doesn't matter because only your peripheral vision is seeing that, and you can't notice the decrease in quality. So that makes it so processing isn't as intensive, so you could get better graphics out of weaker hardware, as well as streaming from your computer to the headset, which I think we'll get into in a bit. It's going to be a more solid connection and sharper, better bit rate where you're actually looking at. I think it's a game changer for VR streaming.
Yeah, we've had foveated rendering for a long time, so that's not very new itself. But the fact that they've been able to apply it to the streaming of the data is very interesting. And watching Linus Tech Tips do his video on it, he tried very hard to move his eyes and his head fast enough to outpace the tracking, and he said
Couldn't
he never was able to.
Yeah, I would assume that could like get out of sync and make you motion sick if there's a slight delay.
He was trying, and he was doing it wireless as well, which is the next point of this. Is it comes, and this is why I'm very excited for it. It comes with a dedicated wireless dongle with 6 gigahertz support, so you're getting massive throughput as long as you're not. As long as you don't have anything in between the dongle and yourself. So you can't keep your PC in another room and play it. But as long as you're in the same room as the PC and there's not a bunch of chairs or something in the way, you're going to get near instant perfect streaming quality wirelessly.
The Valve engineers say it may work depending on like how thick your walls are from room to room. But it's not just from the dongle. You could also stream from your Wi-Fi network if that's better. I am hugely excited about the dongle though, because that's the main problem I had with streaming on my Quest. It was never consistent because my network in my basement, it's decent, but it's not stream VR decent, you know. Right. Yep. And this totally solves for that. I like this part alone, just being able to put on the headset and instantly play without having to worry about wires.
Oh, so
that's the most attractive thing to me.
Oh, okay. So it uses a direct like you would do with the pair of headphones wireless connection between like a dongle you put in your PC and then one you have on the headset itself.
Think of it like
a wireless mouse. Or,
that's cool.
Think of it like your controller. You have a dongle for your controller. Same idea.
I was thinking that, Mike, it's just over Wi-Fi 6, but if it's direct like that, that's really fast.
Yep. Yeah, and they separate the video and the audio as well as the Wi-Fi connection in general that's on the headset. So if there's any Wi-Fi hiccups on your headset, it won't affect the streaming at all, which is awesome.
Yep, really, really cool stuff. And last but not least, talking about that SoC that it's got in there, Valve software wizards have been hard at work mining away at issues and have actually created a translation layer from x86 to ARM so that you can load up PC games directly on the headset. Obviously, these are the PC games that are not as taxing because you're still dealing with a low-power mobile chip.
Yeah.
But it is possible for you to load a game directly to the headset instead of having to get a specific VR version of a game if it even exists.
Right.
They're saying in general there should be no hit to performance on the GPU side and a 10 to 20% hit to performance on the CPU side. So depending on the game you're using, you may not even notice a difference in performance.
Which is absolutely wild when you consider it's going through 2 translation layers at this point.
That's crazy.
Because you've got Windows to Linux, and then you've got x64 or x86 architecture to ARM architecture. So,
and that's cool for the headset, but it has huge ramifications for future gaming devices in general, because that opens up the gates for ARM chips.
yep.
So NVIDIA, since they don't have an x86 license, could theoretically design a gaming handheld chip with much better graphics, and there'd suddenly be a lot more competition.
Oh,
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that about covers all the specs for the headset. Very exciting stuff. Oh, we didn't mention that the controllers have a whole bunch of touch sensitive parts where your fingers touch on the bottom of it, on top of the thumbstick, so you can actuate things just by touching without actually pressing.
Whole thing's capacitive, pretty much.
Capacitive, that's the word, yeah.
And so like Half-Life Alyx, it makes use of this. It'll know if your fingers are open or not. But on like my PSVR 2 controllers, it would only work if I touched like the trigger. It couldn't track the rest of my fingers. So this is pretty neat.
Now we'll move on to the box.
Battery life really quick. They're probably thinking like 1 to 4 hours, depending if you're streaming or running games natively. The battery pack's on the back, so it's nicely balanced as far as weight goes. So everyone's saying it's actually pretty comfortable on your head. And what's cool though is the USB-C power input is also on the back, so you could put a power bank in your pocket, run it straight up behind you, and game for even longer.
Oh, it's got speakers too, as well. Not that I think anyone should use those. I think you should use a headset. And it also has a top strap if you want to, an optional top strap over the top of your head instead of just around the side. So, yeah. Anything else? Oh, I almost forgot. It has an expansion slot kind of a thing on the front
for
whatever they decide they want to make.
Micro,
no. Like different camera.
Oh.
They joked about like maybe a smell-o-vision type thing, like whatever they decide they want to make hook up to that.
And a micro SD slot, which is awesome. I love Valve.
So you can expand the storage natively on the device. Oh, that's
going to come in 120 or 256 size storage or a 1 terabyte size storage built in. No price yet, to be determined. Steam Machine.
They did say that it will be cheaper than the Index, which was $1,000. So that's the ceiling. I'm
12.
hoping it'll be 800.
Yeah.
I mean, cheaper than that would be great, but
yeah.
I don't think it'll be cheaper than 800 personally.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I don't think it's going to go under 800. And then the Steam. Is that it? I'm going to move on now.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Lando's dying.
I tried to move on 3 times.
Goodness.
You can't do that, Jarron.
All right. Steam Machine is the new Gabe Cube.
Oh, I'm excited for this too.
Are you really?
Cube.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure why you're excited for this, because you have a PC
you have a
that can
PC.
run circles around it.
I do, but I don't have a PC for my living room TV.
You stream to your Apple TV with Moonlight.
I wouldn't have to with this thing, baby.
This is
I will
not for
fix-
you. This is for me, Jarron. Please let me have my thing.
Jaren's like,
It's for
I will
both of us.
fix this thing that works perfectly for free, and I will fix it with an $800 purchase.
Is that how much this thing's going to be? Is 800?
There's prices to be determined, but
I think that's too much.
I think it's going to be.
I'm guessing 800. That's my guess.
Really?
And,
See, okay, so I was reading a story about this, and I think
well, here's the thing.
like the
So,
$500, $400 range is a much more like sweet spot. Like
here's
I get.
the thing. Linus, while he was with them, he mentioned this on the latest episode of the WAN show. He said, while he was with them, they were talking prices, console versus PC, blah blah blah, and they're like, this is a premium product, so it's going to be priced like a PC, more PC pricing than console pricing. And
That sucks.
he said he said, Linus said, and so I said, oh man, I was thinking it was going to compete more with like a PS5, be around $500. And he said they just went silent, and he could feel like the energy in the room shift.
Oh, see, that sucks. Because like $500 for me, it just sounds amazing. If you gave me a way to buy a console-like Steam experience for my living room for $500, sold, done. I'm thinking of it like a console. Like to me, that makes so much sense.
I agree.
But
I
if it's
agree.
more than that, I gotta go. Never mind. It's just it's I'm priced out at that point.
I'll tell
But to
you
get the
why
Steam
it's not
gaming
going to be that
experience-
cheap. I'll tell you why it's not going to be that
I
cheap
can
because
hope.
it's a full-on computer. Valve makes their money
So it's a console.
from selling games on Steam, right? But if it's crazy good deal, people are going to be buying this computer and not buy games on Steam, and Valve will be losing money on it.
But can you use it just like
Maybe.
a computer? Like
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
they
You're not
said you
locked
can
in?
load. They can load. They specifically said load whatever OS you want.
Oh,
Comes with
see,
Steam
I think
OS.
that was a mistake. They should have.
load
They should
whatever.
have sold it
And
for
it comes
cheap
with a
at
desktop
loss.
OS on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they should have said it's a console-like experience. You can't use it that way. I don't know. I'm excited for this thing at $500 max. Anything more than that, I get less and less excited for every dollar.
I
it goes up.
think my safe bet is 800. My hopeful bet is 6. But even then, I think my hopeful bet is too hopeful. At
650. I'm doing 650.
650?
That's my. It's going to age perfectly. 649.99.
$649.99. Okay, so
Well,
the
I
specs.
think the fact that they haven't announced the price is the telling part of this whole
Yeah.
thing.
So I think
That
two
sucks.
reasons. I think one because of that, and I think two because nobody freaking knows what the tariffs are going to do to electronics from day to day.
Yeah.
So you know, there's an issue there as well. As far as the specs go, you're looking at a CPU that is an AMD Zen 4 with 6 cores, 16 gigs of RAM, a semi-custom, it says, GPU. So it is its own discrete GPU. We're not looking at an APU type thing like
okay.
the Steam Deck has. And that is a AMD RDNA 3 GPU with 28 CUs.
And the
And-
latest AMD GPUs are RDNA 4, so
Yep.
it's a generation behind.
And 8 gigabytes of dedicated VRAM, which some people are taking issue with, and other people are saying trust in the Gabe that it will perform.
I don't care about any of these specs. I just want the experience. That's what I want. I want to have a console
Guess how you
experience.
get
The
on my
specs-
couch.
Guess how you
matter.
guess how you get
Game.
the experience, Lando, with the specs and the software
Then my
combined.
Switch has shitty specs and it works great. I love it.
Then you'll be
Okay.
fine. Then you'll feel.
Then
this
you'll
will
be great. Just
Yeah.
keep using your Switch.
No, you'll have the
I
same
can't play my
experience.
Steam library games on my Switch.
That's what I'm
No.
saying. You
No, you
don't need to
cannot.
complain about anything about this. This will be perfect for you. So your main hang
This
up is the
product
price.
is literally built for me. But again, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
Is it gonna be
amazing
priced?
because
The harder
you
it is
have
to
PlayStation
specify.
games on it, you have Xbox games on it, you have decades of games on it, you could
Yep.
emulate on it. It's better
Just like a
than
PC.
any console out there.
I mean,
Not in specs, but just in usability.
I'm not
so
even
how much
gonna think about it that way. For me,
So-
it's a Steam library player. That's it.
Well,
That's what I
you don't-
want.
You're looking at a very small,
Yeah,
percentage
but
of what it's
that's I think
capable
that's
of
the
doing.
target audience for this. The rest of that is bonus for people like
So-
Jarron, and that's fine. I don't have a problem
No,
with that.
but Steam
for
has
me, that's
PS5
what-
games. It has Xbox games. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, they are all on
That's a
that
fair
same
point.
platform, right?
Yeah. 'Cause
How much
everything's-
different is this
PC
from
now.
a Steam Deck?
Oh, this
as far
is
as,
much,
like,
much,
hardware?
much more powerful than a
6
Steam Deck.
times more
Yeah.
powerful than a Steam
Okay.
Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's great. It's perfect. It's perfect.
The one thing I think Valve is doing wrong on this that I think they needed to back off on was they kept talking about 4K 60 on this, and the specs for this on games that are newer than 2 to 3 years old,
They're going to be pushing it.
hard pressed to
Yeah.
do 4K 60
Yeah.
unless you want to drop all the settings to 0.
Right.
To,
Yeah.
to low.
Yeah, to me, this is a 1080p or 1440p at most box.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that
No.
because, like, I'm sitting pretty far away from my TV and I can't notice those resolution differences. Truthfully, if it was my PC, yeah, I'd totally be able to notice, but not on my TV.
Agreed. Storage wise, you're looking at 512 gig or 2 terabyte.
Super easy to upgrade though. Get the
Yep.
512, but don't pay extra.
Agreed. Also comes with a micro SD card, a whole bunch of USB ports on the front or on the back side, and 2 on the front. But yeah, it's that's pretty much what it is, and we have no idea how much it'll cost.
Did they say it? Did they even hint at a date when they would be announcing pricing?
everything's
Are
supposed.
they going to try and
everything's-
get in for Christmas? Like,
No,
is
no,
that
no,
what-
no,
No.
Everything's
Q1.
supposed to launch Q1 of next year.
They say early 2026. A few other oddities about this. It has support for DisplayPort 1.4, which is great for monitors, and HDMI 2.0-ish,
Yeah.
2.0, 2.1-ish. It does do 4K 120, which 2.0 does not do. 2.1 does. It does do HDR, FreeSync, CEC, all that good stuff. They can't call it 2.1 because it doesn't do any display stream compression, apparently. So they
that
have to call
what
it
it is?
2.0. Yeah.
Okay.
So for all intents and purposes, it's 2.1 in my opinion. So you really shouldn't worry about that. Like my opinion on the power, it's slightly less powerful than PS5. And that's kind of disappointing because PS5 is over 5 years old now and we're well into this console generation. But at the same time,
You think it's only slightly less powerful than PS5?
yeah.
I'd say it's.
In graphics and CPU, it's more powerful. In graphics, I would say slightly less powerful.
I'd say it's 75% as powerful as a PS5.
It's clocked higher than the PS5. It's a newer architecture than the PS5.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's fair. It'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. I think a lot of people are maybe giving Valve a little too much of a pass on the secret sauce, thinking that it's going to work wonders when there are just basic limitations based on the specs that it has.
I mean, the hype train is fully fueled now, though,
It's
right?
jugging
yeah.
down
I mean,
the road.
I'm
mean-
totally getting one. My main issue with it is the 8 gigs of VRAM. That is not forward looking at all. I'm really concerned that most games will be fine, but AAA games and future AAA games, that is not enough.
It almost feels like they're taking the same approach as they did with the Steam Deck, where this is a device that is good right now,
Yeah.
and they hope that they can make it a little better with software as they go.
I wouldn't say good. I would say good enough.
Good enough. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's what they've made. I totally agree that I don't think the specs were forward thinking enough to make it last 5 years. I think if they're planning on bringing a new one out every 3 years, maybe you're okay.
But they haven't done that with Steam
But
Steam Deck.
They didn't really
right?
do that. Well, they kind of did.
They, came with
They put out the Steam Deck OLED,
Right.
which wasn't really more performant, but it fixed every other issue with the Steam Deck, other than
maybe
performance.
So like maybe a mid-gen or something like that.
Maybe.
Like,
We'll see how it pans out.
I'm getting one. I'm excited.
I'm
they
excited
gonna
to see
do
what it
pre-order?
does.
$800?
I'm not
are they
getting
gonna
one
do-
though.
are they
Even
going to
if
do
it's $800, like what's the cap limit for you for price?
Jarron's in.
What is
Never
that?
mind. You're the wrong person to ask
Yeah,
that question
exactly.
to. I just
What
realized.
is a cap?
Unlimited money.
I'm
No,
selling
that's what
my
matters.
ROG Ally X to get this.
You're going to do it. You don't handheld enough. You want the box. You want
You
the
should-
TV.
Well, I already have a
box.
Steam Deck OLED, and I decided I like that better, so I'm selling the Ally.
You should sell that
fund
Ally as
this.
soon as possible, because the longer you have it, the less it's worth.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're gonna do a pre-order like they did with the Steam and do even
Probably,
more hype
yeah.
hype trainism.
I'm sure they will.
Could you remember? Do you remember how much people were clamoring after the Steam Deck just because of the pre-orders? I mean, I paid for the biggest version because I thought it was a joke. I was like, I want to be cool for the guys on the podcast, and so I pre-ordered for the big one, with the laser etched whatever.
Screen, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, ha, and then I was like, I'm not gonna actually do it though. And then it came around, and the hype had gone up so high that I was like, well, now I have to. So,
Yeah,
well,
they'll
that's
ride
fun.
that.
That sounds fun. I think
They'll
it's
ride
going to be
that.
great.
More than the Steam machine, I'm excited for the Steam controller. So they announced that as well. Comes with the Steam machine, or you can buy it separately. But it is a very interesting looking controller. Here, let me share my screen here in case anyone listening or anyone watching hasn't seen this yet. It is very unique. So it is like a Steam Deck that you
it's
cut
got
the screen out of and then just
Yep.
smoosh together.
Basically.
It does have more space. The buttons are bigger, but it is definitely thumb pads, touch pads for your thumbsticks, and then
Oh,
D-pad,
that's weird.
ABXY
That's weird
at the
looking.
top.
I don't know about that.
I love
It
the
looks-
trackpads on the Steam Deck.
Really?
Love them. Yeah.
What do you play with those? What game is useful on the trackpad?
Well, RTS games for one. I don't play those too often though. I mean, just for the typing experience on the Steam
Navigating
Deck,
the OS,
Oh,
so
yeah.
much better.
it's really
for
good.
Sure.
Yep.
I can see that.
So, as the next picture, so there you can see a picture of the old
That's
Steam
so bad.
controller, which was pretty gnarly. Not pictured as the bottom of the new Steam controller that has 4 paddle buttons, 2 on each side,
The backside, yeah.
backside buttons. So that will be great. I think they're also capacitive. So
that
yep.
you can roughen up or you can firm up the
No,
clicky?
no, capacitive as in it knows if your
Oh,
fingers
they
are
touch.
just resting
Oh, yeah,
against
okay.
it. Yep.
I'm talking. I think I was talking about the one for like the. What are these ones called? The
Oh,
Vader?
like how you can
Where you can-
adjust the tension of the
Yeah. Yeah.
the joystick or the throw
Or
of the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. There's none of that on this. But
Dang.
There's
once
some
again,
cool.
no
Go ahead,
pricing
Tony.
on it.
There's some cool features on this though that other PC controllers don't really have. There's HD game haptics, so pretty much just like HD Rumble in the PS5 or Switch 2 controllers. We mentioned the trackpads. The joysticks are TMR, which is a step above Hall Effect, so they should last a long time, and they sip power. And Tony already mentioned the haptic stuff. It comes with a 2.4 gigahertz puck that also doubles as a charging puck, which is neat. If you're connecting to the Steam machine, you don't need the 2.4 gigahertz. That's already built into the Steam machine. This is only for like PC play. It also has Bluetooth, so you don't need it if you want to play over Bluetooth instead. It has gyro built in,
Yep.
which is neat. Xbox controllers don't have that.
Still,
Yeah. So a lot of cool features go into this. I bet there'll be $80 or $100 though. It's probably gonna be pricey.
I'm betting 75. So
Okay.
I would,
All right.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say 70 actually. Until you
I
said
hope you're
80
right.
to 100.
Because like the Switch Pro controller is 80, right?
Yeah, but
Nintendo's proven.
Nintendo charges whatever Nintendo wants to charge.
Here's my dream. I want the Steam box with a controller for $500. If that happens, like this is a no-brainer Christmas gift.
This
What's
would
your-
sell out like crazy if it were that price.
What's
I
your
know,
top
I-
end? What's your top end, though, Lando? What's your? I can't get this. What is this? It's out of my.
Five-
budget.
800s
101.
are getting like that to me is getting really hard.
Yeah.
Really, really hard. It's not just like it's not because I don't have the money. It's just I don't see the value at that point. Because like to me, I'm a console guy, and I'm like
You don't
I
even
paid-
own a console.
I own the Switch 2.
Oh, right. I forgot you did buy a Switch 2. I think of a Switch 2 as a handheld.
Don't at me.
I'm a console guy that has a handheld.
I play less and less games, so it becomes harder and harder for me to justify higher costs of prices. That's all.
Well, you got to look at it this way: the Steam Deck OLED, they charge $600 for that. For the Steam Deck
$550.
OLED,
$550.
is it $550?
Having that easy of access
Yeah, but it has
to
a
the
screen
Steam
included.
library.
I don't know.
It has a screen included, but it has way cheaper specs. Way
Yeah,
cheaper
you're
specs.
probably right. It's gonna be a $1,000 dollars. And at that point, it's like I'll just buy a computer.
I don't think it's going to be 1,000.
No,
But-
there's no way it's gonna be 1,000.
I 800. I bet 800. Which
DF
is,
said they think it's gonna be 600.
I think that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
give-
I think 600 would be a fair price.
Did they give sizes? Is it going to be like? It looks like it's console size. in
6
the picture.
inches, 6 inches.
See, like
It's
that's
like GameCube, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. See, like that
Freaking
to me
dope.
is perfectly like set to be a
Well,
console.
not only that, the other thing I think about with this is like getting my kid into more like Steam type games.
Oh, having the Steam library
this would be huge.
accessible more like not on my computer all the time and not on a handheld. I'm in, right? Like
Yeah.
I want it.
Looks
I'm gonna
pretty
have to
rad.
choose. I'm gonna have
We'll-
to choose between the VR though and the Steam machine.
We'll be following it. To see what
Sophie's
happens.
choice, man.
I know. Ugh.
Headset, VR headset, all the way.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the VR headset because we've got a MetaQuest 2 that we're like, we want to get the 3, but now I think I'm gonna hold out for this.
When the Quest 2 is new, though, how many times did you use it?
We used it a ton. We
Oh,
like.
okay. I stand
Yeah,
corrected.
me and the family. We used we played Space Invader, that space pirate training, and
Oh yeah.
I mean we did all the fun group games. And my son played it like crazy. It was actually his, and we co-opted it back to the family because he got into PC gaming more, and so we're like, give us that then. So yeah, we played it a bunch.
Nice. All right. And then last bit of Valve news.
There's more?
Don't hold your, it's not good news. Don't hold your breath on a Steam Deck 2.
They're waiting for a better chip. That's it. They want a meaningful gen-on-gen upgrade before they release a new Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Which makes
so they-
sense if they're treating it more like a console.
Yeah. So they put in the work and made a Steam console with old hardware instead
Yep.
of a new Steam Deck with new hardware.
All right. You have a story here, Lando. It's titled "Gaming is Hard."
Holy cow! This can hold till next week. I promise.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like we're overtime, my dude.
More time for my stories then. Game Award nominees.
Yeah, let's
not
talk
the
about
point.
Game Award nominees.
Games
This
of
is
the
gonna be
Year
another half-hour
nominees.
conversation.
Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, of course. Obvious. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Just tell me where that
On the
where
beach.
That,
That part still gets me.
just tell me where the Phenom Silk Song came in at. That's all. That's the only one I care about.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's definitely not going to win. Sorry, Nintendo. Hades 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Yeah, I still like that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to
think-
play more of it
although
during my
now-
Thanksgiving break.
Although now all I can think of is retreading. Jarron gave the term a name for me that I had never heard. When you die and you have to go back to the boss where you died at instead of like starting right outside.
When
Oh,
you
yeah.
name the
Screen or
problem, it becomes a problem.
Oh, now I can't do anything but no. I can't. It makes me. I'm enraged as I'm doing it.
It's awful.
It is. It is awful.
That's
I won't disagree, but I also don't mind it.
Yeah,
I mean, I do
like
mind it,
I'm
but it's
like
part
I'm
of the
used
game.
to it. My kids have been playing Silk Song, and now they just went back and they're like playing just the original Hollow Knight. And I'm like, they're like, Dad, how do we do this? I'm like, I'm not even that great at the second one, guys, and I never played the first one, so you guys got to figure that out on your own. And then I watch for a half second, and I'm so enraged watching. If you want a free aneurysm, watch kids play a video game.
Oh.
It will. I know that there are dozens of you out there right now that just stopped breathing for a second and like, okay. So
You
that's.
just got to learn how to convince yourself it's funny.
I just watched for a second. I'm like, no, you got to do the down. What? You got to do. Died again. Died again. Died again. Died again. I'm like, no, you got to do the down jump. What's the down jump? And then he does the down jump. I'm like, that. He's like, that's not the down jump. That's the bounce. Oh, I'm going to. You're getting dangerously close to 8 out of 10 rating here. Territory, bud. Like, don't make me go back on it.
Just yell 6-7 at him.
His-
6-7.
I'm
Oh,
so
don't
sick
even
of
get
that
me-
phrase. I hate
Don't
that.
even, don't get me started. He came home today. Our math teacher did a test where she put a few of the answers as 6-7 on the math test.
Oh, brain rot.
This is the best way to get your kids to stop 6-7ing. Is you got to do it too,
Start doing
or Owen.
6-7.
And once
He
you
does-
start
no,
doing it,
he-
it becomes annoying to them, and they stop doing it.
No, for the 7 and the 9-year-old, they freaking love it. They can't stop. My teenager, that absolutely works. But the 2 younger ones, because it started up in high
Yeah.
school and
They
then
think
filtered
they're-
all the
you're
way
playing
down.
with them.
Yeah. They think you're playing with them. And I abhor playing with them.
Abhorred it.
Playing with them.
I was a little. I feel like they missed a couple of games for these nominations, though. They should have thrown Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on there.
I thought that was last year. Did it miss last year? I think you're right. I think it missed last year
Yeah.
because it came out in December.
Yeah, they'd already their year's like November to November, basically, or
Oh,
maybe even
man.
October to October.
Now I'm mad. That
Indiana
game was
Jones.
incredible.
It's fantastic. Split Fiction didn't make the cut. The Elden Ring nerds out there, Elden Ring Night Rain didn't make the cut. You know,
I mean, who do you guys think the winner is? Do you think it's going to be
Claire.
Hollow Knight?
no, Claire Obscure is going
Claire?
to sweep.
Yeah.
It's got 12 nominations this year, which is the
Oh, yeah.
most in the Game Awards history. And I think it's going to completely just dominate.
And it's got that whole screw Ubisoft
Yep.
story going on with it too,
Yep.
which gamers love.
Yep. All right. And the last thing we need to hit on real quick is PSA that Nintendo has busted some third-party docks.
Yeah, they put out a Switch 2 update, and with no warning, third-party docks stopped working. Not all of them, just some of them. No one really knows why. They're looking
tell you.
into it.
I'll tell you why. People think Nintendo's being malicious on purpose. No, they're not. They just don't care.
Yeah.
They just
Because
don't
it's
care.
not, since it's not their first party dock, that's all they care about. If
Because they
everything
can't-
works with their first party stuff, it's fine. They're
Because
not
they
actually.
can't,
I
yep.
really don't think they're sitting there like, okay, what do we need to put in here to mess that up? They're just like, yeah, whatever.
I
Ours
want to
works.
say that. I want to say that, except for if you've been following their lawsuit against Pal World, where they've been taking out patents to try and get around the copyright infringement stuff. Like you can't summon another creature from a sphere, and like all these like Nintendo's
Can it be a
being,
cube?
Yeah, probably, but Nintendo's being super weird and shady, so
So
it probably didn't care. If you're right, it was
that's what I'm
probably
saying. They just don't care.
quality
Ours,
of life.
Ours works,
and
and,
then-
that's all we care about.
Like we support the Switch, not your whatever.
Exactly.
Ouch.
All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers, patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. And before we go, Lando has some more information on that Patreon stuff.
Patreon. You've heard me talk about this time and time again, but if you haven't, here are the deets. Patreon is a way for you to give back and give us a digital chip. If you enjoy what we do, you want to support us, you can do that.
I love
And
chips
if you
too.
do that, we're going to give you some bonus content. We're going to give you some bonus features, if you will, for $1. $1, one measly dollar a month, ad-free. That's worth it in and of itself. But no, wait, there's more. Access to the super secret Discord. But no, wait, there's more. Both shows, ad-free, early, with the bonus in-between content, soon to be renamed the After Show. Tony, you should talk about that after I'm done with Patreon. You forgot to mention at the top of the show.
You are correct, sir.
For $3, you get access to Owen GPT. Always good times and hilarity always ensues in the in-between when we have an Owen GPT. You can ask any questions you want. And for $6 or more, Jarron gives a shout out in the air.
Yeah, you don't want that. Go,
This is
Jared.
Jarron gives a shout out in the air.
Is Tony going to announce the thing first, though?
After we're done with the Patreon stuff, Jarron gives
Oh.
a shout out on the air.
Wow.
Why would I
Set
break
you up
up the
three
flow?
freaking times.
I don't know. It just made sense to me. It's more important.
Not than our listeners who pay us $6 or more a month? No, they're more important. Tony can go second. Jarron has a shout out on the air.
Can you team me up, Lando?
Hey, Jared.
I'll just do it without you. Whatever. Thanks,
Yeah.
David Broshinsky. Can you really say there are multiple Jameses when we really only ever hear from one? Ooh,
That's
that's
fair.
a good point.
Ah, he's got him.
Aaron Faulkner, Connor Kisa, 5-second review. Dave the Diver will keep you on your fins with all the different game elements. Plus, you help run a sushi bar.
How many A's were in the word game?
Jared just wanted to ruin the 5-second review and make it a 7-second review.
No. The cell wasn't wide enough. I had to widen it. All right.
Okay.
The Excel power user here sucks at expanding cells. Got it.
Ouch.
Hey, this is how I felt at the
Payback
beginning of the
sucks, doesn't it,
episode.
my dude?
There are extra special patrons. Thank you. Fourth Dimension Craft on Instagram for all your laser engraving needs. I only rent Taco Bell. Jason Eatman. Erroneous. Jaronius. Burninated Peasant. Come on, Twyman. You spelled my name wrong. Be the 8-year-old. It's worth it just for Owen's stories. I'm here for content, not a nice tight pod. Week 1 since Tony was challenged to game on Linux.
Done. The week's over. It failed. I will.
You're done with it.
I'm not going back.
Kyle, huge erection. Huge. Geriga arimasu. Tony the Excel and Power Apps nerd. Pieman Graphics, purveyor of fine geeky stickers. Kurskin Guard 94. Keslow. Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz. In between rating 255. Meh. DP. Buck Futter. What does that mean?
Futter.
Oh, I think you know, Trebek. It was more sarcastic in my head. Wham, bam, you can't park there, ma'am. Ooh, that was good. Very good. Sorry, not sorry. My question caused so much chaos. Stuart Lloyd, get off my lawn. It's 5 o'clock on Tuesday night. Is it too late to change my name for this week?
Again?
Huge
No.
erection.
All right. You got to really end that last one on less of a questioning sound, so I know you're done. That'd be great. What do I need to talk about?
Why?
The new schedule.
Oh, right. I need to say that I stand by my Borderlands 4 review.
I love that. I
That's
love
what I
that,
need to say.
Tony.
All right.
Of course you do. Of course you
I
do.
love that. That's a good stinger at the end.
That's
They thought they were
right.
getting something.
No,
And they got
we're
something.
going to have a schedule change going forward because for the majority of the year, there is usually not as much gaming news as help desk news. We are going to switch to gaming news every other week. Help desk will continue on once a week as normal. And then to soften the blow of only having arcade once every 2 weeks, we're going to start recording both shows live. So you'll be able to jump on the YouTube stream and interact with us in the chat, in the comment section as we record. But we will be doing it 2 nights a week instead of 1 night a week. So we'll do arcade on every other Monday night recording, and help desk every Tuesday will be the help desk recording.
Release
This will
dates are
give-
going to.
This will give
followed
more
by-
energy to arcade, which will be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whatever.
Release days.
You end your
release days-
sentences with the weirdest tones of voice, and we don't know if you're done talking
Yeah.
or not, Jarron.
It's hard to
It's
tell.
it's the perfect addition to the Jarron pause. It causes all of us to pause. It's
Payback.
horrible. Release
all
date.
part of the
Release
plan.
podcast release is going to stay the same. Release
Podcast
days.
release for the audio version will stay the same.
Yeah.
Wednesdays and Fridays.
But if you want to
and-
catch us live on the
But
YouTube, you'll be
we're
catching us Monday.
we're recording a day earlier though, which means the gaming news will be even less timely.
Yeah, but it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's every 2 weeks anyway. So,
You forgot to mention the exception. If there's a gaming week with a ton of news, we will still do.
Like
Yeah.
we would have been on here for Steam for the
Yeah,
Steam
we will-
news regardless,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
or like there's always like a month in the spring that's got a whole lot of news, or so we'll plan around that, and we'll probably do extra shows based on that. I feel like there was one other thing that I forgot.
Nope. You did the thing.
I think I got it all. All right.
I would
so
like an apology.
No.
for what?
Just in general, like
For
an
what?
like an extra one, like an like an
Yeah.
extra life. You know how he gets one in that show, Ready Player One. Like I just need one on hand.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna do something. Like, Got any
Nope.
of those, Tony?
All right. Let's go ahead and close up shop here. So, just to reiterate, no arcade next week, but there will be help desk as usual. Oh, that was the thing I was going to say. The in between has turned into the after party now for help desk. It'll be the help desk after party, and that will be a separate show just for the Patreon backers that we'll make available to them. Live recording.
People will
as
still
well.
get the still get the full enchilada as like
Yeah,
every
if you don't
2
want
weeks.
to, if you don't
Every
want
2
to,
weeks.
if you don't want to tune in or whatever, you get the full enchilada every 2 weeks on the Patreon as well. So, which I don't know who wants to tune in every week. Not me. Okay,
But you do.
but I do. Maybe I do want to.
Ooh.
Just wild card. I rate things how I want. That's it.
Inconsistently.
We're done. We'll see you next time. Until then, Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.